Hey DJ gang, this is just an experience. I'm going to tell you a story about the time I thought it would be cool to get my phone, my glass screen fixed at UbreakIfix. Yeah, it's horrible, okay? Horrible experience. First, let me just say I was on the wrong side of town with the wrong side of people. You know what I mean. To get this kind of service done. So obviously people like me, they wouldn't make sure it's in good hands. You know what I mean. So anyway, so I put on Google Maps, I drive there, whatever, because it's not my side of town. I don't really know how to get there. I end up walking inside the store, and the store has a camera. They have like a wall up so I can go back there. No one's out there when I walk inside the store, but then I sit there for a little bit. Someone comes out, you know, we're gonna call him Jerry. Jerry comes out, he's like, hey, hello. I'm like, hi, because I'm like, you're about to fix my phone. I'm happy, I need this fixed. Okay, I need to get to my screen. And you know, and so anything, Jerry's like, oh, okay, well, this sign this paper. I briefly skimmed through the little contract, whatever. Is basically saying that before they do the service, they look at your phone and they examine it, make sure that there's nothing else wrong with it. They tell you if there's something wrong with it, and then afterwards they're saying that whatever else is wrong with it, they have no responsibility of fixing without an additional charge. Whatever I signed, I'm here for the glass screen. That's all I know. So I happily signed it, like, yes. Okay, so then what happens next? Yeah, so anyway, so he's like, I'm gonna go give this to my coworker to fix. You come back in an hour. I told Jerry, I'm like, I'm not coming back in an hour. He's like, what? I'm like, Jerry, I'm gonna sit right out here in the waiting room, whatever you want to call it, and just wait for my phone. He's like, you're gonna wait here for an hour? I'm like, listen, I can keep myself busy, okay? You don't worry. I like to wait for my things whenever I get them done. I treat my objects, my necessities or whatever, my equipment, like it's my nails and my hair. I don't leave my hair at the hair salon. I don't leave my hand at the nail salon. I sit there and I wait for them to get done. So anyways, I do this with all my stuff, cards, whatever. Anyways, so I sit there in the corner peacefully waiting, and 45 minutes, and Jerry comes out talking about, okay, it's fixed. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you came through. I'm like, thank you. He's like, you're welcome. And by the way, I just have to tell you that this battery is like really old. Like, I realized that it's really old. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I'm like, what are you trying to say, Jerry? Does the phone turn on? No, but he says, but you have some time. He's like, but you get it fixed now for something. Let me just say, this is the price that I paid for my glass screen. I did not have this money. I was being an idiot. It was too expensive. But the only reason why I got it, my phone glass screen fixed at UbreakIfix, is because I saw the reviews and there's 5 stars. Okay, so I was like, this is a great place to go. But I looked through some of the Google comments, and some of them were like good. One of them was like, I got scammed. I was like, that's not gonna be me. You know, one out of every few. I'm like, one hater, that's not gonna be me. Anyway, so then he looks at me, he's like, yeah, he's like, I paid 260. He's like, you could pay another 100 for your battery. I'm looking at him like, you think I'm stacking? I'm not stacking, but I am on the wrong side of town, so money like that comes easily to these people. Not trying to say anything, but like, it is true. Like, you know, some of the side of towns be like, okay, of course you think that's like $15 right there. That's a whole paycheck for me, boy. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, maybe next time, because I'm like, I do like the result. I do like how fast it is. Maybe next time, but not this time, because I'm broke. You just took all my money. Anyways, so I leave the store to get in the car, and I'm turning on my phone, whatever, to go on Google Maps, and I don't have no Wi-Fi. So I'm like, let me turn on my data. I don't have no data. My phone's like, data can't be found. It's like, no data on the phone. It says something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to shut off my phone and turn it back on. And you know, I did that, and I still don't have no data. So I'm in the car like, maybe I just need to give it a minute. So I sit there peacefully in the car, wait 5 minutes for my phone to register. I'm like, maybe my phone just needs to register. Maybe I'm the one who's being irrational. Maybe it was me the whole time. I always think that. Anyway, so 5 minutes go by, I still have no data. So I can't get home. I can't use Google Maps to get home because I don't even know where I am. I go back inside the store and I'm like, hey, Jerry. He's like, hey. He's like, what are you doing back here? I'm like, same question. I'm like, so, yeah, my phone, it's not turning on. He said, what do you mean not turning on? I'm like, my bad. I mean, the data is not working. He says, oh, well, did you turn it off and turn it back on? I'm like, yeah, I did, Jerry. I did do that. He's like, okay. He's gonna be like, okay, this is weird. He's like, here, let me see. I'm like, you know what I think it is, Jerry? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you did the exam? He's like, yeah. And I remember when you did the exam, you took out my SD card. He's like, oh, I put it back. I put everything back. I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, okay, Jerry. I'm like, just take my phone and see if you put it back for me right now. He's like, I put it back. He's like, if you want your money back for the screen, you can have your money back. I'm like, Jerry, I look at the camera in the corner and I'm thinking like, don't have me flip this stuff over. I will go to jail right now. Just open my SD slot and let's see if my SD card's in there, Jerry. And I'm on the wrong side of town, so I'm looking at the camera, and the camera's looking at me, and I'm looking at Jerry like this. Just open the card and see if the SD card is in here. Like, I'm giving him my psychopath look because he's about to make me a psycho by not just cooperating with me. I could be wrong, but the way that you're acting right now is very suspicious. So open the SD slot right now, Jerry. I was thinking this, and I was like, if you just don't open it right now, I was like, I'm looking at the camera, I was like, is it worth it? Is it worth flipping over like $260? Like, that's my paycheck. I'm like, I will do it right now. I will flip out right now. I don't care what it is. I don't care if there's cameras in the store and I can clearly see that there's a camera. I will flip out right now if you don't open this SD slot. And I was looking at him like this, like, open the SD slot right now, Jerry. I'll open it. I'll open the SD slot. But anyway, so he opened it, and guess what? My SD card wasn't in there. I look at him. He's looking at me like this. I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me like this. Give me a second. I'm gonna take it to the back. Maybe we left it back there. So he takes my phone to the back. And he brings out the SD card. He's like, oh, my bad about that. We forgot to put that in. I'm like, looking at him like, you forgot to put the SD card? I would have never thought, Jerry. So then Jerry puts the SD card in, and then, yeah, my phone is still not working. I turn it off, turn it on. It's still not working. And Jerry's like, what do you want me to do? I can give you $260 back. I give you with the broke case, everything. If I give you the money back, I have to give you back with the broke screen. And I'm looking at him like, this is the bad customer service, but I'm on the wrong side of town. I already know that you do not care what result, like, I get. I know you do not care. You don't even care if you don't even care if I'm a customer again. You don't care. I'm like, Jerry, I will slap you right now. I'll slap you here and then right now. But then I realized, I'm not about to be the black angry woman. I'm not. I'm really not. What I wanted to do was call the cops and tell the cops to come in here. But then I didn't think about that because I was too angry. So you know what I did? I looked at the camera one more time because like, damn camera. And I was thinking like, there's no way to spin it when there's evidence. And I walked out of that store, and Jerry was speechless because he was asking me like, what do you want me to do? This, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't answer him because he didn't have answers. You don't have answers. I don't have answers, Jerry. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. All I know is that I came here for some good service, and I ain't getting it. I ain't getting it at all. You talking about you gonna give me my money back with a broken screen? Jerry, that's not good service. You talking about, oh, pay a battery to get your battery fixed after you fix my glass screen for $100, not even before you fix my glass screen. You're not even gonna be like, oh, I noticed her battery's damaged. Or in the middle of fixing my glass screen, oh, I noticed your battery. Do you want to? No, after you do it. So I can wait there a whole nother hour. Like, it's bad customer service. So I left. UbreakIfix. Yes, I left it. I left Jerry with a question mark. And Jerry should have been confused. I know he was confused because I know he was like, this girl's gonna lash out. I'm like, huh? You won't even see it. But just know that this was coming for you. For you. This is not his name, by the way. It's not. It's just that company, I'm not in favorable of it. I probably just was on the wrong side of town. So the people that they were working for in that area weren't really trying to serve people like me. But yeah, I only had one experience with it in one company in the wrong side of town. And I hated that experience. So I'll never go back there again. Even if I'm on the right side of town. Because, for real. Anyways, so yeah, I left the store. Got in a car. And, all I could think is, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I drove to the nearest Metro PCS I saw. And by the way, I drove to the nearest Metro PCS on my side of town. But like, not really where I live because I still didn't know where I was going. But it was like different sides of town. I was good. I was like, this is what I'm gonna go to. So I went there. I went in the store. I'm like, my phone, the SC, my phone's not registering with the SD. I don't know if it's like a different phone. I'm thinking in the car, oh my gosh, what if you just gave me a different phone? What if you never fixed my phone or anything? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if you never fixed my phone? What if you just gave me a different phone? Because I was scared. I was like, what is really going on? Like, what if, like, wait, well, that's probably why it was so easy for him to say, hey, I'll give you back the glass, broken glass screen. I'll give you back the 260 because you never fixed it. You got a new phone. That's probably what you were doing back there, Jerry. No. I don't know what he was doing. But still, that's what I was telling the guy at Metro PCS. I told him exactly what happened. And he looks at me and says, Mama, he says, I can't do anything. That's when I realized I spent $260 on the wrong side of town. Got the worst customer service from UbreakIfix. And I cried because I said adulting is not. It's crap. Adulting is crap because you know whose fault and responsibility is that they don't spend too much money on something, on bad services. It's me. It all relies on me. It's my fault that I trusted the Google searches. It's my fault that I chose to go get my service done in a side of town that I know doesn't favor people like me. And it's my fault that I didn't get 260 and just had someone else fix my glass screen. So I started to cry at Metro PCS. I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm gonna get home. And when I cry, I can't stop crying. Even if it's something good, I'm still crying afterwards. Even if you're like, oh my gosh. So he's looking at me, he's like, stop crying. Because everybody's looking at me and they're like, what did you do, Sam? This is Metro PCS guy. What did you do to her, Samuel? What did you do? Did you help her? Like, why is she crying like that? Like, I didn't make them, you can see, like, I just look like I'm devastated. I look like I'm at a funeral. Like, I'm crying because I'm frustrated. I'm angry and I didn't get the lash out. And now the Metro PCS guy can't help me. So I'm just crying. So then the Metro PCS guy is like, oh my gosh, like, I need to help her. I'm like, she said, you can't help me. You said you can't. No, nothing coming out of my nose. It's just my eyes just shedding tears. Like, it's just like, my life is done. Like, I don't know what to say. I spent too much money on this phone and now I can't use it. I'm so scared. He's like, oh Lord. So then he's like, Samuel's like, okay, listen, Mija, listen. I'm like, he's like, listen. I'm like, what? He's like, just go. He hands me an SD card. He's a new SD card. He's like, just go. He hands me the key to unlock. He's like, just go. I'm sorry about your experience. I'm like, thank you. I'm so sorry. But that's why I hate crying. When I cry, I can't stop. So, thank you. I leave the store. I go in my car. That's the car with the old SD card and the newest car. I put the new SD card in. I'm crying. You know, I don't have no tinted windows at this point, so you can see me in my car crying. That's why I'm glad I have tinted windows now. But the people walking past by, you see this girl in a car like this. To put the new one in. It doesn't work. I'm crying some more. Then I take it out. Put the old one in. I'm crying all over. I'm crying on my new fixed screen. Like, I'm crying on my phone. My phone's just like, oh Lord. I think my phone at that point was like, we gotta work. I look at it, open my eyes. I just look, it doesn't work. I drive home, everything, because I'm just so sad. I'm so crying. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. This is what I'm thinking about. I'm driving home like, I can't believe I should have raced. I should have flipped the car. I'm like, I should have hurried up. I'm driving home, everything, and then I finally find my way home, because I'm reading the street names, everything, you know, whatever. So I'm finding my way home. I'm sad. It's slowly sad. I get there the long way, but I get home. I pull up in the driveway, I look at my phone, and there's data. Yeah, that was just an experience with UbreakIfix. Listen, just the whole sound, even me fake crying, it still scares me. That was so sad. Like, I was so scared. Like, I was like, what in the world happened? Like, I really went to somewhere to get my phone fixed, and then I got scammed. Like, that was such a scary experience. Like, guys, I'm telling you guys right now, I will do the research, and if I see any, like, one bad review, I'm taking it, and I'm just accepting it. That place is not gonna have good service. Cause oh my gosh, and when I told my family, they were laughing at me about this story, because they're like, you are so dramatic. I'm like, but I was gonna get home. She's like, girl, get over it, Day. I'm like, Ma. She's like, Day, get over it. That was just an experience with UbreakIfix, and never again with the UbreakIfix for me. Guys, scary. All right, ciao.